Cura salt mine is in Pindadanka near the city of Jhelum district, about 160 kilometers from Islamabad, the capital of Pakistan. The fastest way to reach Cura mines is via motorway M2, about 30 kilometers off the Lila interchange, which going towards Pindadanka on the Lila road. A slower but scenic approach is also available from GT Road from Mandra, which is about 103 kilometers to Cura mines. The last 4 kilometers of the journey is quite slow due to road being single carriage and lots of trucks transporting the salt from the mines all across the country. The mine is in mountains that are part of the Salt Range, a mineral-rich mountain system extending about 200 kilometers from the Jhelum River south of Pothohar Plateau to where the Jhelum River joins the Indus River. Drive through the mountains to get to the mines is beautiful, interesting, and full of Pakistani culture. After a 3 hours beautiful and interesting drive, we have arrived at the mines. The place also offers a variety of other attractions, including horse and camel rides to the visitors. Cura mines is about 945 feet above sea level and about 2,400 feet into the mountains from the mine entrance. The underground mine covers an area of 110 kilometers. Cura mines are the second largest salt mines in the world after Godrich salt mines in Ontario, Canada. Cura salt mines also runs a mini tourist train for visitors which runs every 30 minutes. The world's second largest salt mine is said to have been discovered by Alexander the Great's horse. In 326 BC, Alexander the Great, the Greek king famous for conquering an empire ranging from Asia to Africa and Europe, was making his way across Pakistan. Stopping his army for a rest in the area known as Cura, Alexander's horse began licking the stone on the ground. Seeing that all the horses were doing so and taking note, a soldier himself tried one and found that the rock were quite salty. That's how the Cura salt deposits had been discovered. Today, some 2,330 years later, the Cura salt mines are the second largest in the world, behind the Sifto Canada salt mine in Godrich, Ontario, Canada, turning out 325,000 tons of salt per year and an estimated 220 million tons over its lifetime. This is barely even a dent in the massive salt stores here, which are said to be 6.7 billion tons. Officially, salt mining wasn't recorded until the 1200s under the Jinjua Raja tribe, but salt has probably been mined and traded here since Alexander's time. Covering an area of 110 square kilometers, 748 feet deep with 11 separate stories, the massive mine has over 40 kilometers of tunnels running some 2,400 feet or nearly half a mile into the mountain under which the salt deposits are found. Keep the huge space from collapsing in on itself, only 50% of the salt found is mined. The other half serves as support columns to hold up the mine. Mining technique being used here is called room and pillar, where you will dig a room and you will leave this massive pillar on both sides to support from it collapsing down. With such a massive area, a large workforce, and the ease of carving and building with salt bricks, some interesting sites have been built within the salt mine. You can check the quality of the salt by placing a torch on the rock, and the color of the rock will determine what sort of quality of the salt there it is. Among the earliest structure built within the mine is the small Badshahi mosque, complete with the small salt minarets. Both the mosque and the minarets are built from salt bricks, which vary in color from red to pink to white, and which are now lightened electrically and radiate a beautiful warm glow. At times, the many colors and brick of light give the mine a sort of disco yellow brick road look. The Kiora salt mine even has its own fully functioning postal office for use by the workers. The post office is built entirely from salt bricks and is the only post office built out of salt in the world. Built more recently, especially to attract tourists, a small salt version of Great Wall of China, the Mall Road of Murray, Lahore's Shimla Hill, and the Minar-e Pakistan in Lahore. Beautiful salt crystal formations over the years are also adding a unique beauty, and adding these colorful lights to them really creates a beautiful environment within the mines. There are many other sites, including a 75 meters tall assembly hall chamber with stairs spiraling up the wall, a 25 feet long salt bridge called the Police Rat, an allusion to the Islamic Police Rat, the bridge you must cross on Judgment Day, which is described as thinner than a strand of hair and sharper than a sword. Much of this can be seen from the narrow gauge electric railway in place since 1930s, which once extracted salt from the mines and now brings tourists into them. While a popular tourist destination today, the salt mines were the scene of brutal oppression and forced work by the British in the 1800s. Miners were locked into the mines and not allowed to leave until they fulfilled their quotas. This included pregnant women and children, and a number of children were born within the mine. Strikes were met with violence from the British, and in 1876, 12 miners were shot and killed at the entrance to the mines. Their graves can be seen at the middle gate of the mine. One can taste the output of this salt mine by going to their local grocery and looking for Himalayan salt, a reddish or pink rock salt. It is significantly more delicious than your average table salt and comes with a much more interesting backstory. Exploring the world and sharing these exciting adventures is a passion of mine. Be a part of my passion by hitting the like button and share this video as much as possible. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future adventures. Take only memories, leave only footprints. See you next week with a new adventure. Ciao.